All right, welcome on board, everybody. So we're going to jump into AI security today, AI-powered attacks and AI-driven defense. It's going to be an exciting session. You would have a lot of knowledge and get ready. So, strategic importance of AI security in 2025 and beyond. In 2025, we're talking about $241 billion to be spent by global cybersecurity organization. So that's a huge sum of dollars out there. There's a lot of enterprise AI adoption, 85%, and as you can guess right now, 300% in terms of the spate of attack from AI at the moment. So we're talking of sophistication has risen because of AI and enhanced cybersecurity attacks. So it is just crazy right now for the global market at the moment. So let's talk about defining AI-powered attack and AI-driven defense. I think we can all agree with all the great, beautiful thing about AI comes the potential downside, which means a lot of our threat actors, malicious actors can use AI on the negative side too. On the powered attack side, we're talking about AI threat actors using AI, to enhance offensive capability, automating their reconnaissance process, crafting sophisticated lures to, unknown users, and evading traditional security measures. So it's really crazy right now. The defense side also, which is great for those of us in the defense space to say, well, we can also use a lot of adaptive protection systems, using machine learning to figure anomalies in the process, in the logs, and predicting potential threats, and also be adaptive to respond faster than the human element would have done otherwise. So also expanding the attack surface daily. Now we're talking of over 2,200 daily cyber attacks, new vulnerabilities vectors. So we're talking of attacks on your API, application programming interface right now, your vector databases, your learning pipeline. So it's just a ton of ways in which the attack surface is just spreading like wildfire right now. What is the evolving threat? Right now, we can agree advanced persistent threat now deploys AI. So we're talking of sophisticated actors, sometimes state actors, proliferation of deep fake. So a lot of people using AI to generate deep fake right now, and you can see a lot of videos out there that you can barely recognize humans and AI. So it's getting much more crazy right now. Data theft acceleration. We're talking of a rapid exfiltration of data all over the world. So that's a big threat in the global market. What are the key challenges for security leaders? For those of us in leadership role, it is getting much more difficult to detect, really, right? With AI sophistication, with speed mismatch between the automated attack pace far exceed the human response capability right now. So we're talking about you need to have mechanism in place to make you also robust enough to adjust in real time when these attacks are going on. So that's a big one. So let's jump into the AI powered attacks that are out there right now. We are talking about diverse attack vectors, real world incidents, and a lot of companies that have been devastated as a result of this attack. So the big one is automated sphere phishing at scale. So now in the past, we had all these malicious actors from different part of the world. They couldn't write the right literatures, but now that is no longer a threat because they can use most of the AI bot or chat model right now to craft well sophisticated email, and it will look so real that it makes us really all exposed. So it's a big deal right now. A real world example was Iran's APT campaign successfully targeted US and Israel organization using AI enhanced social engineering. So now it's no longer an issue of language. We're talking about equally sophisticated. Everybody's matched right now in terms of sophistication because of the AI model right now. Deepfake is a big one. All of us have seen that everywhere right now. This is crazy. A case study was Arup Group. They lost 25 million when an attacker used deepfake audio to impersonate their CEO during a fraudulent transfer request. So that's a huge one out there. So all right. So deepfake social engineering scams, a lot of scamming going on around that space right now. So we have voice cloning, where somebody goes in and replicates executive's voice with just minutes of their voices and they can replicate it. Video impersonation, it gets so real and people kind of impersonate calls and recorded messages acting like your family members. Business email compromise is a big one out there, convincing and it's compelling, and people just send money. A case study that happened was Arup Group. They lost $25 million when an attacker used deepfake audio to impersonate their CEO during a fraudulent transfer request. So this is real stuff. At the end of the day, very impactful. AI-assisted reconnaissance and credential theft. This is a big one out there. People use AI for data harvesting right now. They scrape your social media enterprise for attack preparation. They do profile building. They can use it to profile you and build a persona for you to target you. Credential attacking, they go in and use brute force and dictionary attack against authentication systems within your organization. So these are huge, huge, massive attack going on right now. Adversarial machine learning attack. So this is whereby the attacker manipulates your machine learning model, inputting malicious misclassification, targeting image recognition system, fraud detection algorithm, and they also use evasion attack, a subtle input modification to bypass your AI security system to kind of orchestrate the attack. Model inversion, extraction of sensitive training data from your deployed large language model. So this is huge at the moment also. Data poisoning is another one in training pipeline. So the attackers can inject different malicious data during your model training. They can input bias through backdoor into your training model. They can actually also within your production, you know, compromise that production environment and make the model very unreliable because it's been compromised over time also. Supply chain and third party is a big one. Attackers can exploit vulnerability in popular AI tools, libraries, and framework to go gain unauthorized access to your enterprise system and your sensitive data as needed. An example was ChromaDB exploit demonstrated at PWN2 own Berlin 2025, exposed hundreds of protected database instances. So supply chain is a big one out there. Third party you're dealing with, you have to make sure security is implemented also. Attacks targeting vector databases. So the usual suspect, unauthorized access, attackers gain read-write permission to your databases, data manipulation, critical information are altered, deterred, deleted, compromised, and it messes up the AI accuracy. IP theft, intellectual theft is a big one out there too. Proprietary embedding and business intelligence extracted for competitive advantage also. That's a big challenge. Model theft, extraction, and cloning. The typical attack method is API scraping to reverse engineer model behavior in general. Malicious uses stolen models repurposed for malware generation, security evasion, or outright sold in the dark web. So these are big threats right now. Evasion of traditional security tools. So most of these tools can, morph into a way that dynamically they can alter code to bypass your antivirus signature in general. EDR evasion also automated technique adapted to endpoint detection responses. Script adaptation, exploitation tools automatically modify based on target environment. It can, modify its script towards being adaptive to your existing script and bypass it at the end of the day. Automation and scalability, 1,000 time multiplier. So now it allows another level of attack, more sophisticated 24/7 operation. And the creepy part of it is that some of these tools cost as less as $50. And so you can imagine the threat, the risk in general. Some real world impact as usual, you can imagine financial devastation. In the case of our Arup Group, $25 million was just lost to malicious actor. Data breach scale, you're at the mercy of regulators at the end of the day. You're purely secured. AI API, that's a big concern. Operational disruption, now you're losing money, business, your operation is really in trouble as a result of that, and that's financial loss ultimately. Human factor. Why traditional security struggle? What's the main thing? The vulnerabilities for employees. A lot of employees need to be much more knowledgeable about the risk around AI, phishing campaign, and security awareness training to get you up to date. Analysis overwhelm, meaning at the end of the day, humans get tired. AI model are much more efficient, accurate most of the time. So it's very overwhelming for the humans. AI-driven defense. We're talking about AI as the force multiplier for security team through real-time detection, automated mitigation, and predictive analytics for your environment. So we have the enhanced threat detection. It helps with pattern recognition, anomaly detection, and real-time analysis of your environment. So makes it much more efficient in general. Then we have the adaptive response and incident automation. So helping us with your threat detection, automated analysis to look at pattern and behavioral pattern in general. Then we can have instant containment. The policy can isolate potential threats, then response learning. The adaptation based on incident outcomes, it becomes adaptive also, even at the defense stage also. Threat intelligence and hunting, that's a big one right now. So the system continuously monitor the dark web, social media, threat feed, news network, peer groups to know what are the trends out there, what are the security risks out there in general. The indicators of compromise with contextual threat intelligence and attribution data to understand the threats, the intelligence, and be adaptive ultimately also. Countering AI-powered phishing. The phishing is there now. Gone are the days we have these folks that are, giving you crappy language and spelling. Now they're using AI. So how do we mitigate against this? Email content analysis. So we can use tools to analyze and see if there are cues around spoofing and phishing anomalies. We can use the language processing engine to analyze the sender's intent, the emotion around the message itself. We can also use URL reputation, real-time analysis of the embedded links and the behavior and see if there's a pattern that makes it a suspect of fraud. Detection and defeating the fake. The good thing is that we have accuracy as high as 90% to see if a message or video is a deepfake. So we have multimodal analysis that has a high deepfake detection rate. Within 50 milliseconds, we can really analyze in real time audio and video content. And it has 5 detection layers around multiple AI model to validate the authenticity as a whole. So it's really nice. It's a very good multi-modal analysis process as a whole. So the other one is the training and model hardening. So we have to have continuous attack simulation, a robust training that is dedicated to adapt to different scenarios, validation of the testing, continuous testing against new attack vectors to get our team ready. Then model improvement, always have a solid iterative hardening based on attack outcomes. How do you make sure you continuously make updates, adjust, and be ready for any potential attack within your environment? Zero trust and behavioral analytics, we're saying at this point, we have to continuously verify based on the user behavior modeling, the device fingerprinting, the access pattern analysis. So all of this would kind of begin to give us if there is an anomaly that can trigger a concern zero trust why. Dynamic policy enforcement also in real time. There will be risk assessment adaptation with security policies as regard to the network location or the user credentials as a whole would be dynamically reviewed in real time to get us comfortable. Protecting vector database and AI APIs. So we have to make sure we have aggressive, robust access control that includes your multi-factor authentication, role-based permission. We have to have rate limiting. Our API throttling prevents abuse and model extraction attempt. So we have to have rate limiting. Then input validation, a rigorous sanitation of queries and data input is also important also. Data privacy and differential privacy, we know for sure. For the privacy, we have no choice. If your model is based in European Union, we have to comply with GDPR. If you're based in the US, we have our local laws in California, CCPA, Canada, PIPEDA, quite a number of laws around it. So privacy is a big concern generally. Differential privacy also, we have mathematical guarantees of individual privacy in data set. So there's a model around the data set specifically also. How do we protect AI intellectual property as a whole? We have to have model encryption in general. So end-to-end encryption for models at rest and in transit. The API should have effective security, a robust key management process, and authentication protocol. Then, of course, access management, role-based access, multi-factor authentication, and privilege control as a whole. Continuous monitoring and red teaming, we have to continuously audit, assess, evaluate our model. We have to have automated vulnerability discovery using AI to simulate advanced persistent threats with our red teaming also to get us defensive ready. What are some best practices out there? Data is everything, right? The data quality validation to make sure the quality of the data is there. Encryption standard, our end-to-end encryption for data at rest, data in transit, and the communication in general. Adversarial training, making sure we have a robust build attack resistant model through exposure to different example that fits it, continuous training around it. Then access control, of course, a robust authentication method, MFAs, and role-based permission in general. And cultivating a secure AI culture, very important. Regular training to understand the AI threats, deepfake recognition, social engineering tactics. Cross-functional teams should collaborate around security around AI, your development team, your operation team, and your HR. Everyone involved should understand the risk around AI. Incident drills, so we have to have simulated AI-powered attack scenarios to response exercises just to get the team ready as a whole. So let's look ahead. What's the future? What does it look like? AI versus AI arm race. So the escalating complexity of AI defensive, counters AI attack in general. So we need to have the defensive mindset. Third party risk. We should have a non-standard for AI vendor security assessment, whereby we can evaluate and assess the way our vendors are using AI. Explainable AI, investment in interpretable model for security transparency. The transparency must be there to make sure there's less bias also. Security around the AI model is also there. Building resilience in the AI era. So we need to think about proactive defense. So we have to invest a lot in critical investment as AI threats has escalated around the world. The best practice adoption should be organizations should continuously keep building, keep learning about the AI threats and creating a safe awareness environment within the organization also. And that's really the core of the AI model class. I look forward to seeing you in the next program. We'll talk soon. Thank you. Visit us at skillweed.com, register with us, and let's keep doing great things. Like the button, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.